Hey everybody, I'm Josh, and I would just like to start the show a little bit different tonight. What I want to do is every year that I do this show and I have a Christmas show, I am going to buy a new ornament, and the ornaments from the previous years will just start being the ornaments for the tree. But every year I'm going to dedicate the ornament to someone or something that happened in that time in that year. A little bit about the ornament. I love ketchup. I'll put ketchup on everything, except I hate it on spaghetti, on pastas or pizza, or especially eggs. That's disgusting, Mom. Anyway, but I'll put it on cheese sticks, on chips, on steak, on I'll just put it on, and not like my whole bite has to be coated in ketchup. Not just like dip it in, no. Anyway, so my sister is one of the most selfless persons I have ever met in my life. She is thinking about everybody all the time, and she does things for everybody. For example, going shopping on a random shopping trip. She saw this and thought of me right away, so she said she had to get it for me. Thank you. That's all I'll say. But thank you. It's a little bottle of ketchup. How cute is that? So every year, when I put the ornament on the tree, I'm gonna dedicate it to something. This year, I would like to dedicate it to all of those that we lost due to COVID-19. I would like to dedicate it to all the men and women on the front lines who are risking their lives every day to protect and save ours. I would like to dedicate it to, personally, the four people I've lost in my life this year. Mitchell, who was killed in a plane crash on I-55 at the beginning of the pandemic. My friend Ben, that I mentioned at the beginning of the season. A dear friend of mine's mother passed away with COVID. And last night, our town lost. I don't want to say a big figure. She was, but she would never say she was. And she was not like that at all. She loved everyone for who they were. Never looked at anyone for less than that. And she was like the town grandma. And you will be greatly missed. My thoughts and prayers are with the family. They're grieving right now. So with that, I'm going to put it on the tree, and just ask for a little bit of silence while I do, just to kind of keep those in your thoughts of people who have lost someone, or if you've personally lost somebody in your life this year for whatever reason. And then we'll get the show started and have some fun. Thank you. With that said, for the last time, not just this season, but for the last time this year, this is Shit Talkin'. I remember growing up, my mom would always leave a list of stuff on the back of an envelope with chores that we were supposed to do before she got home from work that day. And I can hear her voice even to the day when I do something around the house and have something that I really hate to do and other things to do. I can always hear her saying, "Do the worst first. Do what you hate, get it out of the way, otherwise you're going to be doing the rest of the other stuff, dreading it the entire time until you get to it. And it's just going to make it even worse." So with that said, I would like to give you guys some bad news. Not show wise, just of course what happens to me in my life, and it could only happen to me. Of course, I sit here and complain all the time, but anyway. So first thing is, I did film a new Taser Versus. I got done filming it. I cannot transfer it off my phone. I don't know what's going on. I can transfer pictures that I take or save from my phone. I can transfer stuff that I make in IntroAide, which are videos, but I cannot transfer videos that I personally take. There have been some that I've already transferred that now won't transfer. So if you're a tech guru or my nephew, comment below or email the show. I'll put my information up at the end of the show, and I don't know why I keep pointing like this. So I will get that posted as soon as I can get it posted. Also, I'm an idiot. So when I on my current laptop, I have 3 USB ports and I have 4 cords. And the microphone I never use unless I'm filming. So I just always leave that unplugged and leave my keyboard plugged in. So then I have my keyboard, my camera, and my mouse. My camera and my mouse I use it all the time. The camera just sits on top of the monitor. I just leave it there and keep it plugged in. So I get done filming episode 11, and I plug the keyboard back in, and I'm finalizing some stuff on the scripts for this episode, and I have some time left because I allot myself every day some time to do stuff for the show, so that way I know it gets done. I'm kind of OCD about it. Sorry, my eye just started randomly itching. And now it's twitching. Anyway, so I had some extra time, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and film the behind the scenes, the making of the gingerbread house. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna do it. I did it. I edited it because I knew what I was already gonna edit out. So why would I take the time and watch footage that I knew I was gonna take out? I'll just edit it quick, right? Right. So I edit it, and then I go to unplug the microphone to plug back in the keyboard, and turns out I never plugged the microphone back in. So needless to say, I have like a 7-minute video of no sound and me making a gingerbread house. As soon as I figure out how I may just post it without sound. I may post it with me watching it on here so that I can commentate, or because I had some really good damn jokes in that. Anyway, so as soon as I figure that all out, I'll get it posted. Also, this is not bad news, but I'm also going to be posting a behind-the-scenes look at some outtakes that I did this season. I'm also going to do a bonus episode of the top 10 funniest things in a segment I've shown you this year, just to kind of close out the year. Which is why all 4 of those things combined, that's why y'all need to subscribe and get the notifications, because you never know when I'm going to post something. I may be even posting soon to post information about a new contest. I don't know. That might be a hint. You might want to subscribe. Get the notifications. You may win something. Potentially. I don't know. Anyway. So the final bit of bad news, which kind of explains everything right now. Wednesday was on my way to work. I got about three quarters of the way to work. I get a phone call from someone at the Illinois Department of Public Health. I was contact traced. Someone that I personally came in contact through work had COVID. Not a coworker or anything like that, a customer. I'm assuming, because that's all I dealt with. I'm at the store by myself all the time. And so, yeah. So I've been in quarantine since Wednesday. Yet Thursday, I started getting a migraine, but I always get migraines with my TGN, but this one was like back here and at the top of my head, not so much in the front like my normal ones are, but I still, I disregard it. It's a headache, whatever. And then Friday, I wake up, I open my coffee, aka Mountain Dew, and it kind of tastes funny. Yeah, I think I do have it. I did get tested Friday, so I'll know the results either tomorrow or Monday. So, other than that, I feel fine. Besides the migraine, the headache, which I know how to deal with those anyway. Um, I kind of feel like goofy. Not goofy, like weird, but like just a moment of, wait, what was I doing? Anyway. But I'm breathing fine. All that's fine. I cough, but I'm a smoker. I cough anyway. Anyway, so that ends the bad news. The good news is it's time for another cheesy monologue. Donald Trump said he will continue saying Merry Christmas instead of Happy Holidays. Trump said he's a fan of Jesus because he likes guys who inherit their dad's business and think they're God. Here's a fun fact. You know how much Christmas wrapping paper is on the average roll? 4 inches less than you need. Always. With Christmas right around the corner, it seems like everyone is going to parties. I heard that Beyonce this week went to a Christmas party here in New York dressed as a Christmas tree. Or as the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree put it, great, now I look fat. She does that to people. It is rumored that Kanye West spent $74,000 on Christmas presents for North. Then North said, someone get a picture of him while I play with all the boxes. Over the weekend, hundreds of people dressed like Santa took part in the New York's annual Santa Claus holiday pub crawl, because that's a great thing for kids to see. Look, honey, Santa's throwing up on a sidewalk. I told you he was real. Walmart will be closing 2 hours earlier this year on Christmas Eve at 6. But don't worry, the meth lab in the bathroom is still open till 9. You're good. You're good. We are 20 days away from Christmas, and if you want to know whether you're on Santa's good or nice or naughty list, just ask Russia to hack it for you. It's only a small fee. Small fee. A growing trend among families is giving their children a few small presents ahead of time in order to break up the tension of getting everything on Christmas. They actually have a name for it. It's called Hanukkah. The Hallmark Channel is coming under fire recently for having mostly white actors as stars on their Christmas movies. Hallmark replied by saying, quote, "That's not true. None of our actors are stars." I'm going to skip that other one. We are just 2 weeks away from Christmas, which means today is a special day when husbands tell their wives, just give up. I give up. Tell me what you want. Come on. In his final speech before resigning, Pope Benedict said that he was not abandoning the Catholic Church. Like most Catholics, he'll be back for Christmas and Easter. A new study found that 1% of men buy their gifts for their loved ones at gas stations on Christmas Day. Nothing shows Christmas warmth like a nice bottle of top shelf antifreeze. Gotta love it. Thanks, Dad. And finally, which is also my joke of the week, in honor of Christmas, the town in the United Kingdom held a reindeer race on Friday night, and of course it happened to be right when my grandma was crossing the street. Get it? The song. Okay. So this is the segment I had to rewrite because I didn't have sound on my video. So I apologize if it's not really that funny. I kind of had to throw it together. But I do want to take a moment real quick and show you what it was supposed to look like and what it does look like. Oop, I just about knocked it off my desk. All right. So this is what is on the box. Not upside down. There we go. Keep in mind, I did not make that guy or the Christmas tree. But this is what's on the box. Okay? Or that's what's obviously on the box. That's what it's supposed to look like. Now here is what I have made. It's actually not that bad. Besides some icing slips and melts, and there's a little incident where I didn't lower the wall like I should have. But for the most part, it looks really good. I didn't use all the candy for the top because I was getting really tired of it. But yeah, that's what it looks like. I think it is going to become a segment, mainly because next season, last week I think I mentioned that I'm going to still be using holidayinsights.com, but picking a monthly holiday. And the first month, January, is hobby month, I think, and March is craft month. And so those would be great times for me to do something again like that. So keep that in mind. I probably, most likely, will be doing that again. But this time, I'll remember to plug my microphone back in. Also, if you have a project or you see something in a store you think I should do, please let me know. I'm gonna look in like as seen on TV areas for fun things. I don't know. We'll find out. I'll figure something out. Anyway, so this segment may not be that funny, but we're gonna do it anyway. I went on to Reddit.com and I decided to Reddit the worst Christmas gifts ever. And I put them in a list, and I'm putting them in the segment that I call the 10. All right, so here we go. Number 10. 10 worst gifts of all of them that I found on Reddit. Here we go. My sister got a bag of Kroger shredded cheese from my aunt one year. Not even a good brand. Not saying Kroger brand's bad, but not even a Kraft. I mean, come on. Number 9. In the late 1970s, all the cool kids wore Ocean Pacific brand clothing. We were kind of poor, so my mom and grandma made the most of our clothes. My grandma made me pants and hand-stitched the letters O and P on the pockets. Looked nothing like the real one, and I had to wear them. Thanks, Grammy. Number 8. My uncle presented my family with a large gourd once in the middle of a restaurant. No one wanted it, so we left it there. There you go. Hey. As long as you leave after he does, and he doesn't know, it's all good. Due to accidental gift label swap, my 11-year-old nephew got a shaving kit from Grandpa. He was so delighted at this that nobody had the heart to correct the situation. We figured he'd end up using it in 6 or 7 years anyway. Hey, what is the shelf life of shaving cream? Number 6. Grandma got me a douche and a hospital gown that, quote, would make a nice dress if someone sewed it all up. That was weird. Number 5. My uncle got me a giant block of cement once. He had put random items throughout the block and gave me a miniature hammer and chisel. I actually chiseled through the whole thing and found some coins and what appeared to be an arrowhead. My uncle is strange. My uncle is the strange one in our family. I have a feeling that's me and mine, because I'm the only uncle my boys have. When I was a kid, my grandma heavily favored me over my little sister. One year, she bought me a cool set of Pokemon, which was absolute favorite thing. She bought my sister a Weasel Ball, i.e. toy meant for cats. Thanks, Grandma. That's kind of low. That's kind of low. Here's a toy for a cat. I'm still going down the pet aisle, darling. Number 3. I had mentioned to my uncle one year that I wish I could grow a beard like his for come Christmas time. My uncle hands me a present he got me. I unwrapped it, and what do you know? It's his beard in a Ziploc bag. Gross. Number 2. A wooden pop out of a play set from my aunt. Recommended age was 2 to 4. I was 14. Thanks, Grandma. Not only can't I drink it, but you didn't spend anything on it. but that's not what it should be about, everybody. And the funniest Christmas gift story that I read on Reddit, a gift card to a lingerie store for my grandma. The up part wasn't the gift itself, but the fact that she made my poor 19-year-old brother go in and buy it. As he told it, the conversation went something like this. Cashier says, shopping for your girlfriend? My brother says, no, my sister. Well, my grandma. Then there was awkward silence. I feel sorry for any brother that has to go into those stores. Anyway. I assume, I don't have kids, obviously, but I assume that as you're becoming a parent, one of the things you dream of is taking your child to go see Santa. Well, sometimes the kid's into it and freaks out. Sometimes the kid's not into it at all. And sometimes it goes a little bit better than planned. That's why I found a bunch of pictures and put them in the segment that I call, There's a Reason I Don't Have Kids. If I select it, there we go. Alright, so, without further ado, here we go. This first one, the kid's just saying, look, Ma, I said I didn't want to do this. You brought me here, you get what you get. Like me flicking you off. That girl looks like she knew exactly what she was doing, too. Not just, what's this mean, Mommy? Sorry. Anyway. This one's just... If it wasn't set up like this one's just creepy. I hope to God that this next picture is not of someone holding a baby, but of a statue. Because if not, it's creepier than hell. Is that the Santa you want to wake up to, kids? At some point, Mom, you gotta realize kids don't always want to go see Santa. It's not everybody's thing, Moz. Like this kid, he didn't even want Santa in the picture. Why? Okay, so last episode we took a look at some family photos, and they had animals in them. Why? Why would you do this to your poor pet? Let alone the Santa. Look at the Santa's face. And the girl's face. Like, she's there trying to help Santa, and these cats are fighting each other. Like, why would you do that? That's insanity. Here's another dumb animal with a... I'm sorry. If I were a dog and this was in my face, I would be creeped out also. Like, what the... Again, it's just creepy when it gets to a certain age, parents. Even the look on the kids' faces say it. Though, I would like to know, so you see one of Santa's hands is on the kid with the black shirt shoulders, and his face is much different than the kid in the black, and you can't see Santa's hand there. Just saying. Just saying. I'm just pointing things out. Again, if you were a baby and this was thrown in your face, wouldn't you have the same reaction? Like, my mom just put me on some stranger's lap, and all I can see are his eyeballs. Really? I understand that the time we have right now, we can't be around Santas. I get it. But there are some years you can just say, we didn't take a picture because. Do you really want to look back at this picture and think, why? Just saying. So, a lot of people are decorating for the holidays, and most who enter decorating contests. My dad always, well, the year he entered, he won like a $20 gift card and he spent like $200 on lights and stuff. Anyway, he was the Griswold of the town we live in. But anyway, however, however, there are times when the decorations just don't quite look right. Whether they were intentionally set up or whether the wind had something to do with it. But I thought we'd take a look at some hilarious Christmas decorating fails in this week's edition of What's Wrong Here? I'm praying to God that this one is just because the wind blew it over. I still don't understand this one. Santa's bending over in front of Frosty over a fire. Is he going to be farting on the fire? Like, what was the point of Santa bending over? If not to just be creepy. This is actually kind of cute, but also kind of creepy because Elf on the Shelf freaks me out anyway. I don't know what it is. It's just something in his eyes, or is like, or it's the same as a garden gnome. Those freak me out. I don't know. And like these teddy bears. Okay, I understand you work in a store. I understand you have a budget for decorations. I get it. However, I would not, under any circumstances, unless it were Halloween, put these out because they look like stoned teddy bears that are dead and trying to eat you. That is the next horror movie of the season. Killer bears. Now this decoration, okay, I'm looking at it two ways. Both ways are hilarious. But it either says, you had me at ho-ho, or you had meat ho-ho. Either way, it's still suggestively sexual. So, I'm assuming they ran out of, that this person is a cop and ran out of their Christmas budget, or Christmas decorating budget. So they just used their caution tape. Whatevs. Gets the job done, right? This one really defines 2020. Believe it or not, that's not the first, like, I found multiple of those pictures in different places. We all have that person in town who likes the holidays a little bit more than most people. Not a lot, but a little bit more like these people. That's when they're playing the good old game of how much crap can we fit on our lawn? Just buy crap until you can't see grass anymore. Anyway. I have no idea where this picture was taken. I have no idea where they have Christmas trees that look like this, but I would rethink that. Just me. Just me. This one I have in two parts, and I don't know why. Okay, so this one is of a picture of someone who got a new Christmas tree. Okay, here's the box. Beautiful, beautiful tree. But let's open it up and get the tree out, and here it is. A little bit different than what's on the box. Just a little bit. So that ends the show this week. I hope you guys have a great holiday. But before we go, excuse me, this holiday may be a little bit different. And I hope that all of you have a safe, healthy Christmas. And remember that it's the time for giving. Take this time and be with your family as much as you can. If your family is anything like mine, you better go prepared with alcohol. The alcohol won't be for you. It'll be for everyone else to make them pass out. Because then you feel great the next day. They just don't. See, you have to think the whole thing through. Anyway, I would like to urge all of you to think of something this holiday season while I hope that Christmas won't be like Easter or Thanksgiving, where we can't celebrate with those not in our households. I'm filming this episode it's December 5th. So I don't know if restrictions will tighten or loosen before the end of before Christmas gets here. But by the time that happens, I'm not sure what your local government will say about travel. Being with families outside of your households, and whether it should be paused or if it's safe to celebrate this year, or whether people will just do it anyway. Before we close, I just ask, going back to that, I just ask that you do it safely. No matter what you guys decide to do it safely, do it cautiously, and do it thinking about other people. Not saying don't be selfish. I'm not saying you're all selfish, but just think about other people and the effects that it may have on everyone. Before we close, I want to bring up one final thing. I'm reading stories all over about small businesses that, through no fault of their own, strictly through COVID, that are having to close their doors for good. Next year, I am going to start something on the show. I'm not sure when, and I'm still trying to work out the details, where I, once a month, and my show most of the time will be 3 months long, parts of months, so keep that in mind. But I am going to call it Operation Support Small. And through this, I want to start pointing out small businesses in your areas. If you know of a small business that needs some recognition, needs some help, please let me know. I will promote them. I will put their link in their description every week that month. I will talk to them and see what else we can work out. So please email the show or contact me if you guys know me personally. But I just feel like right now, and if you have any more Christmas shopping to do, right now is the time that we need to support local businesses, because it's your neighbors, not corporates and corporate companies. It's your neighbor that owns a business. It's your neighbor's loss. So please keep that in mind. If you know of a business I should highlight, let me know. I'm still working out the details. It's not going to happen in season 4. Probably not till season 5, but just something to keep in mind. And please be sure to shop local, support your small businesses. I hope that all of you have a wonderful Christmas and a wonderful New Year. Celebrate safely. If you drink, don't drive. Call an Uber, call a family member. If you know me, call me. I don't care. I'm not going to be drinking. I'll probably be sleeping. With all of that said, please be sure to like, comment, and I'm sorry. Let me go back here real quick. If you have anything you'd like to email me, there's the show email address, my Twitter, and my Instagram. Because of the stockings, you really can't see that it says Insta right there. Didn't put that together. Anyway, so yeah, if you have something to contact me about, go ahead. There's my socials. Be sure to like, subscribe, and get the notifications anytime I post something, because you all know I'm coming out with at least 4 or 5 videos coming up. So you know me, I'm stuck at home right now and have nothing to do, and have 5 weeks off now. So anyway, without further ado, and not just for the last time I'm saying this season, I'm saying it for the last time this year, please stay healthy, stay safe, stop the hate, and come back anytime you need some shit talking. And have a great New Year.